Because just knowing you're overcommitted isn't enough. It's a pattern, it's a habit, it's something we do without thinking. So that's not enough to change it. You need a new response because so many of us are living this way nonstop. But here's the cost. Your energy gets drained. Your home starts falling apart. I'm guilty of that. Your routines unravel and your mental load balloons because you've now taken on way more than you can reasonably manage. We do it all the time as moms. Hey mama, welcome to the Habit Stacking Mom Show. Do you want to feel less exhausted and burnt out by motherhood? Do you find yourself up late at night Googling daily routines and more energy? Do you wake up with big, ambitious goals only to feel overwhelmed managing everyone else's expectations and ignoring your own? Hey, I'm Jess. I too am a mom of littles who teetered on the edge of burnout. I felt extremely defeated chasing kids all day, and I wished I didn't feel like a constant failure. I wanted to stop losing patience with my kids and husband and create some structure, but the unpredictability in my home, I had no idea how to make that happen until I found a better way to organize my daily routines. In this podcast, you will find a plan to create balance, strategies to declutter your home and mind, and tips to boost your energy and confidence. You'll feel so much more accomplished each day and show up stronger for your family. It's time to pop in your ear pods, shake up your fizz, and let's get stacking. Hey mamas, happy holiday week. Happy 4th of July. I hope that you have some super fun family plans mapped out for this really chill, relaxed holiday weekend. I hope your weather is nice. This past week, we just wrapped up the last reset workshop for the summer. So I'm ready to have a little fun for the 4th of July because that reset workshop was amazing. Thank you to all of the amazing moms who joined me live. I love being able to walk alongside of you and help you start just with the baby steps. Those teeny tiny baby steps that keep you moving and helping you find clarity inside of your chaos. Because we've talked about simple ways that you can begin to create and set up some structure in your life. Something that's predictable. We need predictability. We need reliability. That will help you start to reset the chaos when you're ready to come up for air in motherhood. Because we all get to that point. We're ready to come up for air. We get to the end of the postpartum window, right? And now our kids, they need us still a ton, but they don't need us like they did when they were infants. So we come up for air and we start looking around and we think, oh my gosh, this is crazy. There's so much to get caught back up on and figure out again now that you're on this side of motherhood. We don't get there by trying to overhaul everything. That's where we get overwhelmed. What we need to do is zoom in. We zoom in and focus on the one thing that actually needs to be first. We need a clear starting point because sometimes that's all it takes to start feeling grounded again is just awareness around the problem and then a clear place to begin, just to begin baby steps of rebuilding. Sometimes our minds make everything feel way more complicated than they actually are. It's overwhelming, and as soon as we put it down in front of us and we lay it out, we're like, oh, I guess that was a lot more simple than I was making it out to be. And sometimes just prioritizing yourself enough to pause and evaluate, that's the real shift that starts moving everything in a better direction. But even that isn't enough always. Sometimes you just get stuck, and we're probably burnt out, overstimulated, overwhelmed, and we're pulled in 100 different directions, and we're just unsure of how to follow through because we make this really great plan, and we know what we want to do, and then life happens. The real life mess hits, and we sit there and we go, oh my gosh, how can I get over this? How can I tackle the next chapter in my life? And so sometimes you just need someone in your corner. Someone to encourage you, troubleshoot with you, and help you stay ahead and stay steady when life inevitably shifts because it's 100% going to. So that is why I am so excited to officially announce that the doors to my one-to-one Habit Stacked Home coaching program are open. This isn't just a course that you're going to listen to and get great ideas from. It's personal support. Me walking alongside of you for 3 full months to help you reset your home, reset your routines, and essentially reset your life. I will help hold you accountable to your goals. We're going to do that with 3 personalized coaching calls where we really dig deep. We're going to deep dive into your life and we can see What do we need to navigate here? What are the hurdles that are coming your way that we can make a plan around or before the chaos hits? You're also going to get full access to the Habit Stacked Home course. This is my guided step-by-step system. It's going to give you a time audit to help you find your hidden time gaps, stack builders for your home, meals, self-care, and all the things that we do as moms. We're going to declutter. We're going to get the house decluttered and start meal planning routines, something that's going to give you a better foundation to begin, whether it's getting healthy or getting your fitness back on track. We're going to look at those routines. Everything you need to rebuild structure and find some calmness from the inside out. I will be there to walk you through it. We have email support, everything you can possibly need to get your feet back underneath you. So if you've been waiting for your moment, I want you to know that this could be it. Not because everything is suddenly easier, but because you don't have to keep doing it alone. Let me help you build some structure that may actually stick for you so you don't feel so stressed out all the time. So if you do want to learn more about the coaching program, just go to the show notes below, click on the link, learn more, and it'll take you to my website where you can learn all about it. Or if you're ready to talk with me and just say, I have some questions, I really don't know if this is a fit or not, I'm going to put the link for that down in the show notes. That's a free 15-minute discovery call where we can get knee deep. In 15 minutes, we're going to go through your questions and just see what kind of hurdles are in front of you. What's stopping you from feeling like, yes, let's go for it. Let's talk about that and see if we can find a way to get you back on track. I would be honored to work with you, help you reset your routines and get you back on the right foot again. And I know how many of us are knee deep in it this summer. By now, the summer is in full swing, and sometimes it just seems like this time of year, it's never going to end. But then you blink, and it's the 4th of July already. For us in Tennessee, July is the last month of summer, which is crazy because we're in the week of the 4th, and the kids go back August 4th this year. So I've got 4 weeks of summer left. And you guys, I have a second elementary age kiddo. I'm losing my mind. I cannot even believe that my middle is going into kindergarten this year, and my oldest is in second. So when I say time is flying and crawling at the same time, I literally mean both of these emotions. I feel them simultaneously because every time I'm in the middle of the day bored with my kids, it's crawling. But then when I sit down to plan the upcoming month, I get this panic feeling like, oh my gosh, we have to get school clothes and school supplies. We have to get all the things. And the 4th, that's a wrap holiday for me because since all 3 of my daughter's birthdays are in the fall, I've got an August, a September, and October. So the 4th for me is like that final relaxing holiday before school chaos kicks in, birthday bonanza kicks in. We have holidays and all the things happen immediately after the 4th of July. So I no longer work on a December to December calendar. I do for my business, but really in my life, like July is kind of that last easy-go-lucky hangout holiday because now we're gearing up. We're gearing up for the birthdays, all the holiday seasonal rush and school coming. Like it just kicks in after this. But this is the time of year that I sit down. I sit down for about an hour or so and I put all the things that are coming through Christmas on my calendar. Yes, you heard me correctly. In July, I will plan on my planner until December. I put the birthdays, the holidays, the breaks, any half days or early release days, any weddings that are coming, or plans that relate to me needing to do something that isn't momming. It's not my norm. I get it all on my digital calendar. This is 1 to 2 hours that I spend in July that's going to set me up for the next 6 months. And I do it again in November to set me up until July. And well, because I can't do it in December. December's chaos, right? We've got Santa coming to town. So we have to do it in November, when just a little bit before all the chaos of shopping for Christmas kicks in. But I like to zoom way up to the clouds, to the 10,000 foot view. It's the foundation of my fall season. So now when I get homework and due dates and birthday party requests or the sports schedule start dropping in my lap, it's just a quick glance. I open the calendar and continue to layer those in. This is a habit that I have practiced for the better part of a decade. Because I really believe that if you do not do this, then you don't have a clear picture of how much you have committed yourself in any given season. You can't look anywhere and make an assessment at a glance of saying, should I say yes to this or not? You don't know. You do not have a clear picture. And I'm sure you've been there before where you've opened your calendar and thought, oh my gosh, how did I get here? Why did I say yes to this? Why do I always say yes to everything when inside I'm running on empty? I'm exhausted. I am so overcommitted. That is always going to happen to you if you do not create a habit of preparing. It's not planning. It's not being a planner. It's preparation. Yes, I've said it before. It's no secret that I could probably plan the next 5 years of my life and love that. But obviously things change. So it's not about creating that perfect plan. It's about preparing your life for what's coming in the next 6 months. Really, what's important is creating the perfect process for monitoring the plan, the schedule. It's monitoring it that's missing for you. And I know you. I know you want to be helpful and supportive and involved in your kid's life. But now your routines are falling apart. Your energy's shot because you've not had a calendar plan. You're just winging it, and your home feels chaotic again because you're committing yourself to things without confidently knowing you can make it happen. So let's talk about overcommitment. Because if your week already feels full and yet somehow you keep saying yes, that's not a time management issue. That's a habit. That's a bad habit you've gotten yourself into. And that habit is rooted in something deeper. Most of us moms are not just busy. We're overcommitted. And here's the difference. Being busy means you've got a lot going on. Being overcommitted means you've said yes to too many things without checking if you actually have the space, energy, or margin to even follow through well, let alone follow through at all. So now why does this happen? Why do we keep doing this? Well, I know that it comes down to one of 3 root reasons. One is the fear of disappointing others. I would venture to say ding, 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 ding. That's a big one for a lot of people. Number 2 is guilt, especially if you feel like you should be able to do it all. If you're a mom that sits there in the guilt and saying, oh, this is what I was supposed to do, this is my job, we feel guilt, so we say yes. And the third is validation. We say yes because it makes us feel useful, helpful, or important, even when it's at our own expense. So when someone asks for something, your brain isn't checking your calendar. It's checking your identity. Will they still think I'm a good friend, mom, volunteer if I say no? And if you get a gut reaction right now, rewind this recording and listen to those 3 again, because I promise you it's one of those 3 reasons that you are checking your identity rather than your calendar. And because you want to help, and you technically can squeeze it in. You can technically make it happen. So you say yes again and again. But here's the cost. Your energy gets drained. Your home starts falling apart. I'm guilty of that. Your routines unravel and your mental load balloons because you've now taken on way more than you can reasonably manage. We do it all the time as moms. And what makes it so sneaky is that it feels normal. Because so many of us are living this way nonstop, that we just start to believe that exhaustion is a part of our job description, but it's not. It doesn't have to be. If you can bring awareness to that. So here's how you know if you're overcommitting. If you say yes before you check your calendar, that's a clear sign. If you feel resentment creeping in after you've agreed to something, maybe you open the calendar finally and you're like, oh gosh, there's that thing again. That's a sign you've overcommitted, or you keep breaking your promises to yourself. I was going to reset the house tonight, but now I have this thing and I should probably do that. You're overcommitted. You're constantly adjusting your plan to accommodate someone else's request. And you don't remember the last time you had a slow day or a full night of rest. If that is you, you're not broken, but your yes is on autopilot. And it's time to pull it back into alignment, because overcommitment isn't a personality flaw. It is a protective mechanism that we've conditioned ourselves into as women and moms. But the truth is, you don't have to earn your value by doing more. That is not the description of a mother. You are allowed to say no. You are allowed to pause. And I really hope someone out there, I hope I'm speaking to you, you needed to hear this today. So now that you see the pattern, let's talk about what to do about it. Because just knowing you're overcommitted isn't enough. It's a pattern, it's a habit, it's something we do without thinking. So that's not enough to change it. You need a new response in the moment you're feeling pulled to say yes again. So here's a simple 3-step shift you can start practicing this week. Number 1, just pause. It's so simple, but just pause before you say yes. Your new rule of thumb should be, if it's not a confident, yes, I know I can do that, then it's a delayed answer. You need to delay and go think about it. You don't have to have an immediate response. Just say something like, let me check what I've got going on already this week. Or can I get back to you on that tonight after I look at my schedule? Or I want to help, I really do, but I just need to see if I actually can right now. Even just creating space between the ask and your answer helps you make a more aligned decision instead of an automatic one. Number 2, check in with your core routine blocks. Ask yourself, if I say yes to this, what am I saying no to? Because it is a give and take. When you say yes to something, it means you're saying no to something else, even if that something else is, I don't get to sit and relax tonight. So look at your outcome-based routine blocks, your morning, your midday, your evening, and your end of day, and ask, will this disrupt my evening reset? A very important part of my day. Will I lose prep time for something that I've been working on or that I need to do and get ready for? And is this going to pull me out of a time block I've already been protecting? When you ask yourself these questions, you're not saying no out of guilt. You're actually saying no out of awareness. You are just aware of your schedule. There's no emotion attached. We're just making an assessment based on what we can actually handle. The third is create a personal boundary statement. This is something I use personally all the time because sometimes I have to remind myself, like, hey, it's okay to say no. So a simple sentence that can become your filter when you're tempted to say yes, which I am guilty of. You're tempted to say yes to everything. And when I was learning how to get disciplined with my podcast, this became very important because it was a brand new pattern I was learning and I was trying to create that repetition. So I had to say this on repeat in my mind to keep focused on the bigger picture. The personal statement is, I don't commit to anything that sacrifices my time and priorities unless it aligns with my goals for my family. I'll say it again. I don't commit to anything that sacrifices time and priorities unless it aligns with my goals for my family. So it's about my family's goals. So having that go-to phrase, write it somewhere, put it out in front of you. It'll remind you that you've already decided what matters. I know what's important. I know what I'm protecting. And overcommitting usually doesn't feel like a big problem because it's usually starting with just one more thing or just adding this. But really what's happening is you're saying yes to other things that are not aligned with you and your family's goals. But if you can start checking your yes before you just give it away and protect your time before someone else takes it from you, because everybody is going to take your time if you let them. Then start creating space for your real priorities to breathe. What is important to you? And that's what gives you the energy and the focus and your sanity back. And if you want some help with this, I'm happy to help you evaluate where your commitments are stemming from, or evaluate what's important and what isn't, because sometimes an objective third party can be just the trick you need, someone that's not so close to the problem. Just hop on a discovery call with me. That link is in the show notes, and we can talk about your hurdles or just kind of envision, what do you think the next step could be for you? So I really hope that this was super helpful and somebody out there was like, yes, I needed to hear that today, because I really believe that when mothers and women can stop overcommitting themselves and put themselves first and their families first, man, it's going to be a lot better for you in the long run. So I loved talking about this with you today, and I cannot wait to talk with you about this again real soon. Bye for now.
Well, that's it for today.
Hey friend, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If so, would you take 30 seconds and share it with another mama friend who may also be drowning in overwhelm at home too? Also, please leave me a quick review for the show on Apple Podcast. It just lights me up to know the podcast is helping you. Okay, back to cleaning up the Play-Doh mess and finishing laundry. I'll be waiting right here for you on Mondays and Thursdays with another episode. Just love and life, Jess.